what's up, guys? Welcome back to the EG Pot of Thunder with your boy, the young light-skinned Keith Sweat. And then we are here for part 2 with my guys, Trader Bo and Trader Joe.
Oh, shit.
Trader Bo and Trader Joe.
I was going to say, I really missed hearing these Rhode Island trash accents that you guys have.
Trash. He called us trash. Did you hear that?
Damn, bro.
It is. Hey, I'll have you know the New England accent was voted second most attractive in the country.
Oh.
By people who are probably from New England running that poll.
I have an accent? I've never heard that before.
You do. You drop your R's at least a little bit if you're from here.
Do you? Do I, Joe?
I told you I felt like you did when you came to visit me.
I didn't notice that.
At least a little bit, yeah. You pick it
At least
up.
a little bit. I don't have one at all, so...
So he says.
You don't think you have one.
We can't ask the people from out there what they think.
Do I? My friends from the West Coast will say that I have like a little bit of a thing, but I don't think so.
Hey, IG, does Trader Joe have an accent? Vote yes or no. We'll make this into a clip. We'll find out real quick.
There you go. There you go. We'll ask the folks.
Well, ask the folks. Do I have a Rhode Island accent?
Hey, and then if it's a yes, a shot. If it's a no, we're taking a shot.
Still taking a shot.
So we're for the shots up. We're ready, baby. We're ready. Hey, let's get it. Hey,
Cheers.
Joe, Bo, don't fucking drop this one.
You got. Fuck you.
Oh my god. Yo, this Kendall Jenner tequila is trash. Can I just say that?
I didn't think it was that bad when you.
I had Henny
over there.
White, so.
Woo!
You call us trash again. I just had Henny White.
Wait, so jumping right into it, what is your beef with Gen Z? This
Oh,
one,
shit. Yeah, we gotta get into
they're
it.
waiting on this.
I will say, like, I like them, but don't get me wrong, I don't dislike them. But I realize, like, I quite often I don't feel like my age. I'm turning 31 next month, but like,
Real quick, what is Gen Z's year time frame? Because honestly, I don't even know.
I think it's 1996. No, sorry, 1997 to 2012.
Oh, I got beef with them too. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Turn it up.
Let's get
Turn it up.
You're right. You're right.
So I've really been exposed to them in the workplace. So I have a bunch of staff who work for me, and they're gonna see this, and I'm coming for them. I don't care.
Coming for their
But,
life.
like,
Let's get it. You know, you talk. Just to clarify, it's 97 and 2012.
You nailed it.
Wait,
No.
1997. 1997. I said 2007.
Yeah. So
1997,
I looked
2012.
this up yesterday. That's why I had this off the top of my head. But I just feel like these kids are just complaining about stuff all the time. I'm like, what are y'all complaining about? When I was their age, I was like living my best freaking life. Like, I had no care in the world. They're over here talking about inflation. I'm like, okay, yes, inflation is a thing, but y'all been in the workplace and living your adult lives for 3.5 minutes. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, calm down, motherfucker.
I also feel, this is going to be the hottest take of all, that they...
Let's get it.
They lack talent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
In what aspect?
In what aspect? I say that, like, everybody praises them or reveres them because they're outspoken and they get things that they want done or whatever. But I feel like, they're riding our millennial coattails for that because we were the first to kind of make waves there. And,
yeah, bitch, we had AIM. You guys didn't have AIM. What the fuck out?
They're the generation that really... we started to see it introduced to us, but they really embraced the sort of like a participation trophy sort of culture.
Those motherfuckers,
where it's like,
bro.
It's like it doesn't matter if you won or lost as long as you tried, which is a good sentiment. It's good to try, but you're supposed to try for the top, you're not just supposed to just aspire to try.
Right. I mean, but
how do you feel about participation trophies?
Not with it. Me personally. Yeah, facts.
Weak.
You were an achiever in school, it sounded like. So the participation trophy kind of flies directly in the face of the sort of thing you stand for. It seems.
Yeah, but
it would seem.
But I'm not really that person who's gonna be like, oh, they got a participation trophy, they didn't deserve it. I'm like, whatever. You do you, I'll do me. I'm good with it. But I do think it's like. I like the younger people. I'll tell you that. I really do like them. They're funny. They're different, but sometimes they just get on my damn nerves. I'm like,
that attitude doesn't behoove you in the workplace. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I agree. I know exactly. I can see where you're coming from here. You're right. It doesn't.
And I love them. They give me I had never expected in life this challenge. So I'll give you a perfect example of this yesterday that I looked up. It had me cackling. So one of my old supervisees who I love, shout out to her. I'm not going to name her name because I don't think she would want her name to be named. But She just quit earlier this year, and we do this thing at work called Teamwork Awards, where like you get $55 for doing something good, and somebody sends it, like its employees send it to each other.
Damn.
So,
Right?
my old supervisee sent me a Teamwork Award, and you get to see all of the ones you've sent and you've received. She sent me one in 2018 when she was first starting out, and it said, and you got to give a reason why you're giving this Teamwork Award. So her said, for helping me, supporting me during my first weeks at work, teaching me how to communicate with clients, email appropriately, and have phone calls with people. One of my new staff, another Gen Z, he sent me a Teamwork Award last month, and it said the reason for being a dope mentor. I was like, the difference is night and day.
It's stark, right?
Professional paragraph. This dude writes for being a dope mentor. I was like, okay, I
Thanks for the
it, but,
drinks.
I mean, it means the
I
same
received it,
thing
but I'm
essentially, but
it's the same thing, but like, there's a certain level of like professionalism.
Professionalism,
that I think you should
yeah.
have, like for being a dope mentor. I received the sentiment and agree with it, but I'm like, I don't know that I would say that in a work thing.
Yeah. You definitely need to know how to, communicate in the workspace.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
They're
Do you think that's a
struggling with
Gen
that.
Z thing, or do you think that's like a parenting thing? Like we're kind of talking about before in the previous podcast, where you're growing up with you don't have a good parenting system, or do you think that's just straight up Gen Z?
it could be both. It could be Gen
don't
Z's
know.
having an issue with their parenting.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like,
Just
all I know is
categorizing
they-
it like, fuck them.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, not fuck them. But fuck them sometimes, I guess. Sometimes. But
Sometimes.
no, they also told me that like when you send a period in a sentence that they consider that to be rude. I was like,
Offensive,
okay.
yeah.
Offensive, yeah.
There's no
I'm like,
break, and
No, that's the end of the sentence. I'm starting
Yeah,
another
that's the end.
sentence now. It's about punctuation works.
yeah.
oh, so they just want separate text. They want separate text.
There's
That's what
no
it is.
emotion attached to this period.
It's like I'm gonna send you a period if I want to send you a period. Period. All right.
Oh shit!
Now that period
Yeah.
had some emotion to it, but the
That
one you
period had emotion
verbalized,
to it, just-
not the dot at the end of the sentence. That's just ending a sentence.
That's the most. Yeah, so I think it's just like, I also said, I one of the ones who sits directly next to me, I really like her. She's super cool. We always have discussions about music, and I was like, well, to support my narrative of Gen Z not having talent, I'm like, which Gen Z artists are out there that you guys think are going to be out there in 10 years still killing it?
Billie Eilish, but that's probably the only one.
That's the only one we can
That might be the only one, and I don't even
Yeah.
like her. I don't even
I've
care, but
never
that'll
heard-
probably be the only one.
I've never heard one song by her, but
I couldn't
I'm
name
sure
one
you
either,
have.
but it's very sad. It's very
Yeah.
sad sounding and whispery.
I mean, and it's like Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah.
Fuck your dad, stuff like that. It's like that.
fuck your dad.
It's like that. I know. It's
Oh, what's her fucking IG, bro? I slide in real quick, bro.
Oh, Lord. Well, the other one I was thinking, I was like, Olivia Rodrigo, that's probably going to be like the next Taylor Swift. But I'm like, yo, you're out here singing about a driver's license. Let me tell you, it gets worse than this, all right? If this is the thing you're complaining about, wait until
Yeah.
it pops off. It gets worse.
Remember what there was? We had the sort of the same thing growing up. Remember there was that girl who, like, let's think around 2011, 2012. There was that girl who made the song "Gotta Get Down on Friday."
Oh,
She was completely untalented. I don't know her
Rebecca
name
Black.
either. He nailed it. No, he's got the name. What is it?
Rebecca
Rebecca
Black.
Black.
Yeah,
No
she's
idea.
completely untalented too, and didn't really have but then she had parents who were able to buy her studio time and essentially buy her the ability to record a song. And
Does
so
she do porn now?
she might. I don't know. I'm not into the.
I was just
I don't
trying to
know.
throw-
Listen, it doesn't seem like the recording career worked out, but like we sort of had the same thing, but it's become. With the younger generation, the ability to have no talent and sort of make it in the realm where talent used to be required, that's sort of become a thing where you can just be
And
the
that right there is the tea of it all. The thing is that, like, y'all complaining and they complain a lot. That's the other thing. I'm like, again, there's not much to complain about that you guys have going on. However, they're also complaining in the way that makes it seem like only they've gone through this. I'm like, I'm sitting here like,
They're the first ones to struggle.
yeah, exactly. Like
The big Juice World supporters. They're probably Juice World supporters. Oh my God, he's speaking to me. Oh God.
Well, to
fucking
them, that's
God.
what sounds like something real. Yeah.
Oh God.
again, I do like, they give me a challenge. I would say like I have never in my life been challenged in the way that I'm challenged with them, especially in the workplace. I'm like,
Do you think Gen Z's text or email different than our generation?
text
Joe,
slightly different.
go
email.
first.
No, yeah, text kind of.
Text slightly different. Email almost matches text. Is what I would say.
Like I literally sent one. This is a story directly from one of my staff. So I had him send out an email to get our update on something, right? And it was with a bunch of people that are super important from the Department of Transportation, California. The homie sends the email that says any updates ? I was like, any updates ?
Anything at all.
Anything at all. He says any updates ? He may as well have just said WYD. Literally, I was like, I saw this email and I was like,
Oh God.
wrong with it. I was like,
I need to know what you specifically mean by Let me know what you're specifically looking for as far as an update.
horrified. I was like, yo, I'm a kid. These are like important ass people that he sends this email to, and I was like,
Did he get like reprimanded or did
by me? I was like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yes. I wagged my finger at the son of a bitch. I said,
and he actually like laughs about it to this day, which I'm like,
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
Now it's funny. Now
Yeah.
it's funny, but like, I was like, don't ever do that again.
I think Gen Zers definitely suck at texting, bro. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I know, like, all right, so let's preface this first before I go into a tangent. I can go into a tangent about this. But, like, if you're talking to someone, Joe, how do you feel about the texting in a relationship or getting to know someone? So, all right, getting to know someone first. How do you feel about texting? Should it be an everyday thing? Should it be like an every hour we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth?
I like this
Or
question.
should it be like just to link up? We talk every day, every 2 days. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? All right, cool. It was great. Cool. What are you doing Friday? Let's hang out. What is it? Is it every other day, or is it like you want that back and forth nonstop texting?
I don't want the back and forth nonstop texting. However, I
Agree.
do want like checkpoints throughout the day kind of thing. Like, and I know my friends have said that they like a good morning text. I'm not.
don't require it.
Don't require it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like just throughout the day, checking in and seeing how you're doing with various things. Whatever. Like, what's your plans? Like, what do you got going on? But
So you
not
want-
all day.
Yeah, so you just want like
Because people got jobs, like the fuck, like what was it?
Yeah.
Or if I'm out, like I can't be like entertaining this and that,
Yeah. Well, some people do be doing both, though. Like, they'll be nonstop texting throughout the day, and then it's like,
do it.
hey, what are you doing? Why the fuck aren't you answering my text? If you get a motherfucker like that, how do you feel about that? Are you, like, cut off immediately? Or, like, I'm busy. Like, what's your reaction to that type of shit?
Well, definitely let somebody know that I'm busy if that's like the case, and like if you pop off. But I don't think I would be into that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So you're kind of just more in the couple times a day. Let's set a date. Let's hang out Friday.
Right. But like when we're having conversations, like if we're having a conversation about something back and forth, then yeah, I mean, I'll carry it on. Like, I mean, I have a bunch of group texts with like a lot of my friends and be like bullshit and talk about stuff all day long. Or like if we're busy, that we understand what the hell is going on,
Do you think
But then
that's
if you're-
different though? So, like, do you think if you're in a group chat with all your friends, is that different than someone you're talking to?
It is that is different.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
That
you'll
is-
answer
Dynamic's
your
different.
group texts with your friends first, opposed to someone you're talking to.
correct. Yeah.
There's a comfort level you're
There's a
building
comfort
with
level,
somebody
yeah.
with somebody you're talking to. There's that comfort level where it's just starting out. I hate to cut you off here, but like I hate to do especially just starting out. I don't like to do the constant throughout the day. Like, we're getting to know each other, and that's fine. But I don't need to get to know you all day throughout the day while I'm trying to do other things. There's time I can put aside at the end of the day or maybe the next day. Like, I don't even necessarily need the every day we have the check-in, good morning, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like, I'm good with every other day. I'm good with scheduling, what we're going to do later on the weekend once or twice during the week and have a small conversation throughout the week. And then the majority of our conversation happens in person when we're hanging out. Like, I prefer that sort of thing. I'm not a big conversation all throughout the day sort of person. I've got other things my attention needs immediately as opposed to
You
that.
nailed that. You
Yeah.
nailed that. That's facts. That's how it should be.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel though? You're saying that you're with this person though. You guys are hanging out, and they're texting nonstop back and forth. You see them texting back and forth.
It's almost a
you're
red
like,
flag.
Oh,
me.
so you're answering back 24/7 to whoever you're texting, but then you take a day or hours to respond to me. How do you feel about that aspect? You're not trying to be like nosy, but you can see them texting. Like I'm right next to you. Like where the fuck am I not supposed to look?
Right. Yeah, I would say that, like, I would tell somebody, I think, that is like, this is too much texting. Like, I have stuff going on, but I feel like you have to be upfront and say that, like, so that they don't get that expectation.
But do you get mad though if you're not texting them as much, and then you're with them and they're texting?
And you see
24/7
you see them
else?
constantly in their
Oh,
phone.
I know, that wouldn't bother me. No.
He's like, whatever. Like, all right, you're.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah, you do you. Yeah. No, that wouldn't bother me. What do you think?
It's tough. It's like I'm with you guys. I definitely don't want to be texting someone 24/7 back and forth. I've had that, and I'm like, oh my god, like yo, I had this girl one time. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm at Home Depot. She's like, are you really? FaceTime me, bitch. Yes, I am at home. Do you want to see me at Home Depot? It's not that entertaining.
Yeah, no.
And it's just like that type of stuff. It's like, I don't want that. Definitely don't want that. It didn't work for that reason. That chick, like, it was nonstop. What are you doing? Where you at? What are you doing? Where you're at? Now, like, all right, well, we can just fucking hang out. But then I don't want to hang out with you 24/7, which is like the weird part. But then I've had the opposite spectrum where it's like no communication for like too long, and it's like it's that definitely happy medium where it's like, all right, like I guess I'm with you in that aspect. Like a check in like a couple of times a day. How was your day? Blah blah blah. All right, I'm doing this. Let's get back, but let's hang out Friday. I'd rather have that than like the not talking for like 3-4 days and then, hey, what are you doing?
Sure, for sure.
All right, it's like, well, what the fuck were you doing for 4 days?
There's a balance to be had for sure.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good way to put it too. I like that.
Yeah, it's like you don't need I don't need a week not talking to you, but like every 30 minutes of the day, that's too much.
Yeah,
just like
check in every other day.
yeah,
is cool.
it's like I don't understand.
I'm cool with
I'm with that. It's like, but I don't understand like every other day for sure. Like every other day, cool. But like, 'cause I don't like the hey, how's work going? What are you doing? It's like, really, are we doing this?
You don't need to know.
First off,
You don't need the goings on of my
give
day every day.
You don't give a fuck what's going on at work if you're being honest.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just either being nosy and insecure at that point, or you're just bored. And
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like,
need you.
you really-
I don't need you bored in my messages.
You really
can be-
care that much? Like, don't get me wrong. I can talk to El Ray or Bo or even Joe like every day if I want to. We can talk all day throughout the day.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm not gonna get annoyed by you. But like when you're talking to a girl, it's different. It's like, I don't really. I mean, I care.
Yeah,
but like, I'd rather hear in person how your day was.
I'm trying to be super entertaining to you now. I'm trying to be Mr. My best of my best.
Yeah, and then then you become a jokester. You're becoming like the friend zoner through text. If I'm a nonstop trying to entertain you and make you laugh, which I mean, like
dynamic's different. Like if you just read my message and then that's it, that's the end of the conversation, and I see you ghosted me, I don't go, F he ghosted me. I don't like. It's different. It is a different dynamic.
Shit going on, like I literally,
In fact,
are you saying that Gen Z is like texting all day,
getting
every day?
back? No, this the complete opposite, bro. Like, bro, my sister, my brother, they both fall into that category. I'll be texting these motherfuckers. I'm like, yo, it's regular conversation. Ghost. It's like, are you gonna fucking answer, motherfucker? Like, what are you doing? Where you at? Like, what are you doing? It's like, we're talking. I'm your brother. Like, yo, what are you doing? Let's get this conversation over with. Like, like, it's a important aspect of this conversation is disappear. And then like, I talk to other people. They talk to girls like in that time frame and nothing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, my thing is like, if you send me a message, like I'm gonna give you the same respect and respond. I may not carry a full conversation, but I'm at least respond. It's also because I hate notifications, but I also hate when I'm like, I know I texted somebody and like they didn't text me back, and I see them on like social media. I'm like that. You're like,
You've got the same device in your hand that you can respond to me with, but you're choosing other things before me, and I don't appreciate it.
I also tone it down. It depends on what the severity of the conversation was. Like if I'm asking you something that I need information about, then please answer. But if it's something else, I'm like, all right, like they're busy.
Yeah,
so, like,
if you're like, hey, did you see Steph Curry hit that golf shot You're like, I don't really care about this. I mean, whatever. Like, but if like, hey, Joe, when you coming to Rhode Island? You're hanging out. I'm expecting a response. Oh, all right, like we're cool. Let's make those plans.
Right.
That's different than like, hey, what fucking shirt did you buy at PacSun last week?
Yeah, it's a cool jersey. You gotta.
Yeah, we're fucking so fun. I mean, kind of like I care, but not really. Like, so I'm
not
like,
that much.
Right. But again, the same device. So we understand that you're seeing this. I see you seeing it. And you're letting me know I'm being ignored. You know?
Yeah.
It's rude.
That's the point when you're cutting it off. You're like, yeah, this is disrespect. I'm not fucking answering this shit then. Well, I'm not entertaining it.
Yeah. So I don't text with a lot of Gen Z, I would say. So I haven't really noticed that. Like I made a friend. Literally on Valentine's Day weekend, I made a friend, and this is like my new like bit these days that I do. I go out and I try to get these younger people to believe that I'm their age, and they often do. And so I'm out at this random ass club, and I was extra drunk, and I was like, I forget how I even got mixed up with their table, but I did. And they invited me over. They were like, "Oh, you're hella cool." They gave me a shot of vodka, which I almost threw up immediately because vodka shots are just not it. Like,
Sweet, you're pretending to be like 22, 24-year-old?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm joking,
That's kind of cool.
Joking pass.
You could pull it off. You look young enough. You could definitely like.
The thing is that I just say I'm all like, "Oh, how old do you think I am?" And they're like, "Oh, 23." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go with that." Or sometimes I roll up to them.
Love
and
it.
Like,
Love
sometimes a few times I rolled up at a bar and been like, "It's my 21st birthday today. It's my first legal drink."
And they don't know nothing.
Whatever.
They're dumb. They're not paying attention.
And they fall for it. So that day with that group, I was like, "Oh, how?" Like they were celebrating a 22nd birthday. One of their friends. I was like, "Oh my god!" Not
right?
22,
And you're pretending like they were a year older than you.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh no!" I asked them, "How old do you guys think I am?" She's like, 23, whatever. So she got my IG, and we've been chatting on IG and stuff like that. And I hung out with her for the first time since then on 4th of July weekend. And she goes, she was like, "I can't believe that I thought you were 23." I was like, literally, I'm turning 31 this year. But with her,
same.
I would say she'll text me a lot when we're texting and making plans, and then like I guess it just kind of cuts off. But we're not having like a full conversation about anything. So, and then like with my younger staff, like one of them, I have like a pretty close relationship with, so we text quite often. But I guess when he's texting with me, we're like texting back and forth kind of a lot, and then it just dies out, and whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a different generation out there, man. I don't know. I feel like somebody's grandfather these days when I say that. But I'm like,
it's different though, because like
way more than y'all, and I'm gonna still be way more fun than y'all. That's what they need to know.
And
you guys can't hang.
Joe be lit.
Facts. They can't.
But I think that's the thing though. Like we came in, where AIM came in, and like texting and like going back and forth was like a thing for our generation. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of just like fell off. Like everyone's like so like you can reach someone through any type of avenue. Where like maybe like that Gen Z age, or like we're just so used to it, we don't really care. It's like it's like coming up with someone, talking to them in person. It's like they don't really want to entertaining as much because like, but us, we like kind of introduce like the texting and
it was new to be able to reach somebody through a new avenue. So you'd want to do that more. Whereas they grew up with the ability to reach anybody at any time through any,
and so they don't really care as much.
Yeah,
like
it means less to them.
4 or 5 years older than us, they were calling. When someone calls me, I'm like, why the fuck are you calling?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
If I get left a voicemail, I'm like, you're bugging right now. If you think I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah, so it's like when you call, it's like, but that generation above us, they were calling. Now we're texting. What the fuck Gen Zs are doing? I don't fucking know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like what are you doing then? Like
make a TikTok.
I guess they make a TikTok. Yeah, I guess they make a TikToks. Yeah. They make a TikToks. Yeah.
Make a TikTok and post it. I'll see it.
Listen, I will say this though. This is part of so when it comes to survival instincts, right? So I'm a big phone whore. I'm on my phone all the damn time. However, I knew a time when I didn't have a phone. And so if the time comes for the phones to go away and we're having like the
I can do it.
Or whatever,
we can do it.
I can do it.
We can still do it.
They can do it.
They have an addiction. They have a physical addiction.
They have an addiction of watching shit though. Like answer my fucking text, Brandon. I know you're on your fucking phone, motherfucker. That's my brother. Like, I know you're on your phone.
He's yelling
You've
at his
seen
brother
this
right
fucking
now.
text, bro. Answer me back. I know you've seen it.
Brandon, Casey.
You're like, I know
Casey,
you
say
fucking
something
seen
back
it.
to your brother.
And then they'll answer back whenever they want. It's like, so you're gonna answer back fucking 5 days later? Like, literally, I sent her a text and she literally liked it like a week later. I'm like, you're liking this?
Oh.
You don't even respond. You just don't like it.
Bro, I'm bugging. I've been so busy right now.
Yeah, a week later, like, oh, so now you just seen this shit. All right, cool.
Oh,
Bet.
man.
Yeah, so I mean, we had a 25-minute rant on Gen Zs.
That's
Any-
okay.
Any closing words
They
on these
deserve
Gen
the
Z
smoke.
motherfuckers?
They deserve the smoke.
I love them. I need them to shape up. That's what I need them to do. Shape up. All right? Shape up.
Shape up, motherfuckers.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're good folks.
There's nothing wrong.
They're good
folks.
kids.
They're good kids. They're good kids.
Yeah. All right, so we're done with them. Question for you, Joe. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? And why?
Oh,
One
Let Joe go
duck-sized
first.
stomping
horse.
out those duck-sized horses.
No, but they have the same attributes though. Same strength. It's just one duck-sized horse. No, wait. One horse-sized duck, or
Horse-sized.
50 duck-sized horses.
So the duck's a duck. It's all the strength of a duck, but just the size of a horse. Just the size.
I would
Yeah,
do
the
the
strength of a
duck and the abilities and the-
duck is the size of a horse.
Okay.
I would do, because
All
I
right,
think
all
the
right.
horses are still going to be out here kicking.
Yeah.
But
Yes, bro. Yes.
Duck's got a
Yeah.
big long neck I can wrap around and choke out.
I
Yeah.
feel like the duck has it's kind of like bigger at the bottom, so you just take the legs out. And the
You
duck
get
is-
those
know, it's like,
tiny
yeah,
legs.
yeah,
Then you got that
fuck
big
Yeah.
neck you can choke and you can snap and do all sorts
Bro,
of things with.
50 duck-sized horses that can still kick the fuck out of you.
It's a
Yeah,
problem.
no, that's
It's a
crazy.
problem.
It's
a problem.
They're problems. So yeah, horses are a problem. Horses are scary.
Bro,
Horses are scary.
one will climb on top of another one and fucking kick you right in the face.
Yeah.
You probably
Right,
take your
right.
fucking...
You got them creating a pile and one's hopping off the pile and
Yes.
kicking you. Yeah, it's a big.
Done,
it's a
bro.
mission. It's a whole. Yeah.
That fucking
Yeah.
horse is so fucking.
Honestly,
That's
50
basically
duck-sized ducks would be a problem.
It would be 50, bro. 50 fucking
50 ducks would
3-year-olds
be an
are gonna
issue.
fuck you up. Never
Yeah.
mind 50 fucking horses, size of a duck.
And where does this question come from?
It's a go-to question at this point. It's a new question.
That's a fun question.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
New question.
Yeah.
You know,
you-
I'm prepared to answer the questions I told you. I always I do, like, again, these days, now that I'm older, I'm like freaking Oprah Winfrey. I love going to dinners and like hosting and asking questions.
Are you gonna ask
getting
the
to
questions
know
you
Oh,
ask?
word.
Are you gonna ask the questions you ask?
you haven't asked
I like
me
that
in a
too.
while, I feel like.
Oh wait.
I like that
If you
too.
wanna,
So what were they?
So we're back to the questions that I asked. I think I mentioned to you offline that I typically ask this around people's birthdays. And so the three questions are: favorite thing you did in the past year of your life,
Mm-hmm.
favorite thing you bought yourself, and favorite thing you were gifted. And again, the point is for us to reflect, because we kind of go through life really fast. You know, we're not Gen Z. So
fuckers.
we go through life really, really fast. And so it's like, you know, you never really stop to think about the things that you've done. And so it's important for us to think about and reflect on those things.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. First question was favorite thing you did. Mm-hmm. That's I'd say go to Salem, Mass on Halloween, because it's always something I wanted to do. And I live locally. I live maybe a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour from
Yeah.
Salem, Mass, and I have my whole life, but I've never gone to Salem, Mass, period, especially never during like Halloween. So I went on. So this past Halloween, I went on Halloween, and it was an experience. I mean, aside from there being a million different people, Salem's a really interesting place. The minute you get there, you can tell there's a weird energy about the place, and you can like the whole, you know, the witch trials and everything like that.
Did y'all read The Crucible at Saints?
Oh, we read The Crucible. I read through The Crucible at Saints. I've seen The Crucible performed live on stage. I've done the whole So Salem was a fun trip for me this past year. I went on Halloween.
Nice.
What were the other two? Favorite
Things that you bought yourself.
Well, what do you think about that? What is your favorite thing? You did in the past year? Because you don't answer these
let's say
questions.
you answer
When
too.
you're asking the questions,
I
you don't
was-
get asked.
Yeah, when my birthday's actually coming up, so it would be the time to ask this. My favorite thing that I did this year, actually tying it back to part one of the podcast, French class. I didn't really get into it, but I ended up loving French class so much. It was my favorite class. I was like the top student in French class, except for the one kid who was French. He was
Oh,
doing
so
better than
you
me,
got
clearly.
better after the alphabet
Yeah, I was like
saga.
the top student in AP French when I was in high school. Like again, at graduation, I got the award for like top world languages student. So my older brother also speaks French, and I have wanted to go to Paris forever. So I went to Paris for the first time this year of my
Cool.
life, and I got to practice
Paris is
my French
dope.
over there. Yeah, so I was like, I loved that. That experience in Paris was dope. Like the shopping there was sick. The food, the people, the culture. I was just in it. That was my favorite thing, hands down.
Paris is cool as hell.
Yep. Yep.
Fire. That's
What,
fire.
and what were the other two? Gift you got yourself and gift you...
Well, what you
gave-
bought yourself and gift that you were given.
Gift that I was given. Gift that I was given.
That's a hard one, I think.
Yeah, I can't even think of like things I was given. I don't know. Nobody gets me anything.
That's what I felt like.
Nobody gets me. I'm usually the gift giver.
Same.
My mother got me a camera for my car so that if I ever get into an accident, I have the camera rolling.
Good.
It's a nice gift. Yeah, it protects you while you're
safety,
driving.
Traffic
Yeah.
safety. I'm into traffic safety.
Favorite gift I got myself or thing I got myself was in the past few months. I built myself a computer, a gaming computer that I'm also teaching myself how to code on and things like that. I'm learning Python and all these sorts of different
An R.
Yeah. So yes, exactly. So I'm teaching myself to do a little bit of coding, and I'm in my free time. I'm gaming on it, and that thing's been a lot of fun. And so that's been the best gift within the last year I gave to myself. And what about you, Effie?
Yeah.
Gift you given to yourself, thing you've done, and gift you were given.
The best. The first one was best
Favorite thing you did.
Favorite thing you did? Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Oh, I've done a lot in the past year.
You have.
Yeah.
Done a lot of traveling.
Traveling.
I'd say that'd be a gift in and of
Yeah,
itself. The
I've
ability
done-
to travel.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I guess I've been number one overall. Okay, people
Yeah.
always ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, like how are you doing this?" It's like, "I'm just doing it."
Yeah.
That's what I always
yeah,
say
yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
too.
the
The
I
decision to do it is the big one.
Yeah, I do a fair amount of traveling myself, and people always ask me that. You just do it, like
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
work.
I was telling him beforehand. He's like, "Oh, I was telling him about you." I'm like, "Oh, he travels a lot." So I guess that maybe the ability to travel, but that's also like the. I guess like the hard work. I guess like the ambition, like going into it. But like if I had to pick like one specific instance, like not like, walk around the fact, it would probably be going to. It's probably all wrap around Brandon. If I had to like pick one, it'd be going to Chicago to see Brandon graduate and from the Navy. So
Dope.
yeah, so like going there and seeing him like pick something he wanted to do, and then going there and being there for the graduation aspect of it, because he chose, there's like he had like a couple of invites to send, and I was one of them. So that I guess was one of the coolest things to do. And then we went around Chicago for a little bit, and then I went to Miami. So
dope.
like. Yeah, so Chicago was cool. I mean, going there, seeing him, and then the best gift I was given, again, deal with Brandon. I told you this in May. He sent me a letter when he was stationed over there.
Yeah.
Just like not congratulating me, thanking me for everything like I've done for him, like growing up and stuff like that. So
That means everything. Probably.
yeah, not for sure. Yeah, so
means a
that's
lot, I bet.
yeah, so that's is actually framed in my room.
No shit.
Yeah, so that's
cool.
definitely the best gift I was
to show me
given,
that.
and the best gift I gave
Or no, you bought favorite thing you bought yourself.
For yourself.
for sure. Well, it's out of the year aspect. I know what you're thinking, but that's out the year. I got that last April, so we're in July now. He's thinking the range. He's thinking the range.
range.
That is a nice gift. Let's not
Yeah.
kid ourselves.
Yeah, it's a nice gift. But I guess I mean if I had to,
Nice thing.
are we sending 3 months, a year and 3 months? I mean, I guess that would be the best gift. But
My
But
gift
yeah.
my gift this year was actually like, and again, it's related to part one of the podcast. It was a really good gift. Like I've had a few actually, but like the most special one my best friend from high school, Tori, she made me the godfather of her baby. And so like
That's
it's
fire.
just
That's cool.
going back to like meeting people and kind of seeing them where they're at in their lives, and her being a doctor, a mom, wife, and she, I think in Italian culture is what it is. It's like the people you pick to be the godparent of your children are people you want them to be like. I don't know
That's
that that's
fire.
a thing for like Colombian people or anybody else, but I thought that in the back of my mind. I was like, you
Yeah.
could have picked anybody. You could have picked anybody to be
Yeah,
the godfather
sure.
of your child.
Yeah,
but you picked
to
me.
be chosen to be part of somebody's family is
That
a
was an
big
amazing
thing.
gift. That was an
Yeah.
amazing
That's
gift.
what's
However,
up.
that damn Hawaii all expenses to the Four Seasons. That was a
Oh,
good gift too.
we haven't we haven't got to the sugar mama portion of this aspect of this conversation. But I would say real quick, I guess maybe tied up there for me, something I gave myself. Definitely the podcast and stuff, because it's definitely improved my ability to speak, and now hearing myself back, because like I'm editing this shit. I hear my own voice a million times.
That's
Every day, all day editing.
that's an evergreen gift to understand how you sound.
Yeah,
to other-
100%. Hear myself enunciate, talk, my cadence, how fast I'm going. Because I've been like told before in the past, like I speak fast, and then like when I hear myself talk, I'm like, all right,
shit, I do
let's
kinda-
cut. Yeah, let's cut this shit back. Even like how I hear myself talk, I'm like, all right, like let's improve on this aspect.
That's a big self improvement
Yeah,
thing.
and like
I bet.
I'm like 30 episodes published, like 40 deep that I haven't published yet, and I'm like, all right, I hear what people are talking about, so let's improve on this aspect so I can
Cool.
communicate better. So
That's
like,
wicked
amazing.
cool.
Shout out to that.
yeah,
Amazing.
so that I guess for me, thank you. That would be like an aspect of a gift to myself, because it's definitely improving my communication with
there's an-
everybody, and like even being in the club, in the bar, talking to my friends. It's like, all
To your
right.
credit, there's an element of self awareness that comes with that, because you could easily hear yourself and ignore it, be like, well, that's just how I sound, and a lot of people might do that.
Yeah.
But you're able to hear, like you've taken that sort of criticism you've heard throughout a lot of your life, and
Yeah.
going, oh, that's what they're referring to. And some people might just go, well, that's just who I am. But you've been
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I can improve that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's cool as shit.
Hearing myself
I
back
like that a lot.
and like going back and listen to like episode after episode, I can hear myself improving. It's like, all right, well, this is definitely helping out for sure.
No,
But
for sure.
yeah, ending that. Let's get to the sugar mama of Joe,
God.
baby. This is
I'm
crazy.
excited for this.
Yeah.
I wanna hear
Actually, this is a good also kind of segue into my life in California, because that's kind of where it all came from, really. So
Yeah, so we still kind of haven't even touched your life in San Fran yet. SF, God, the city.
SF,
SF, the
damn,
city.
yeah.
God damn, still fucking up.
Right.
Shit.
So part one we talked about how I got there. So I moved here, and it turns out my friend Elisa, who is actually one of class of '09 Saints, she was doing a
Sucks.
master's. She was doing a master's at UC Berkeley. Oh Lord!
Don't do us like
Class of
that.
09. Oh my God. Anyway, she was doing a master's at UC Berkeley, so she ended up moving out here with me. We were roommates for that 1 year she was in grad school, and we were living with somebody else that we knew from Northeastern, because Elise and I went to college together too. And so it was fun. It was like, at first when I came here, it was a bunch of people from college who lived here that I didn't know, that I got to know. And we used to go out like Thursday through Sunday, and it was like 15 people deep. Through that time, I realized, like, as time progressed, we were just on our degenerate of behaviors. Like, we were just wilding out. Like, it was like top to bottom. I can't even describe this shit. It was so wild. But I realized that, like, a ton of the people I didn't really like that much. It's like, but it was cool at first, because we all kind of were like new to the city, kind of exploring and doing our thing. But I just realized, like, I don't have anything in common with these people. So like, so our group kind of factioned off into a smaller group. That's where I met my friend, who invited me on this trip to Hawaii. At the time, she was working at what people work on a lot here is startups. And a startup is, a company that somebody has an idea and gets funding for, and they carry it out. And sometimes the companies actually go public and they make a shitload of money from it. This startup, however, was very interesting. They were selling waffles, Stroop waffles.
What kind of waffles?
Stroop, STROOP, I think is how you spell it, and it's like a Dutch thing. And in the Netherlands, they take these waffles, and it's like a little thin waffle, and it's filled with like filling inside.
Filling. Okay.
And then you put it on top of your coffee, and it warms up the waffle, and you use it to like do a break. To take a break. It's like people eat these Stroop waffles. So she's working at this company, and they were paying her nothing. I was like shocked when she told me how much they were paying her. I was like, because it's expensive to live out here. They were paying her like $9 an hour or something like that. I was
What?
like,
That's
oh,
crazy.
shit. It was crazy. However,
That doesn't cut it out here.
Yeah.
yeah, no, seriously. However, like she was doing fine. So the company gave her an opportunity to start getting into marketing. And so eventually she quit that company and started working at a different company where she was really, really exercising her marketing skills. Eventually that landed her at this next job, which she's still currently at. And she lives in the Netherlands. And she is the director of marketing for this company for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So she's like the head honcho. And I remember going back to that, it's like I have kind of like a good ability to understand people and just and like support them wherever they're at. So I remember like I knew she had way more to offer than this waffle company, and so I'm so excited to see her. And we discussed career a lot, so I'm so excited to see her in like this new position.
Yeah.
And so with this company, she got invited to what they do. A lot of these tech companies. She works at a tech company. I'm not going to name it, but they do what
Google.
for salespeople.
LinkedIn.
No. What they do for people in sales is they give them something called a President's Club trip, and it's supposed to be like the top performers in sales, like they beat their quota or they exceed it. I asked her what number each of these people were getting, and she wasn't really sure. So these people exceed their quota, and they get invited to an all expenses paid trip somewhere where they get to celebrate their accomplishment.
That's crazy.
So, so she's not in sales, but like she directly supports a lot of the kind of different things that they a lot of the tools that they use to sell stuff. So they invited her on the trip, and you get to bring a +1 usually. So she asked me to be the +1. I was like, she called me and she was like, "What are you doing in May?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing in May?" She's like, "Oh, are you free to go to Hawaii on an all expenses paid trip?" I'm like, "I'll cancel whatever the hell."
Yeah, I can go to Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yes,
but it was
I can.
So it was the Four Seasons Lanai, which Lanai is one of the islands in Hawaii
nice.
that's like it's very small. The only thing that's there is the Four Seasons. I had actually never heard of it, and it was all expenses paid. Even the flight was paid for. I said, "Oh, I'll book a flight." She was like, "Oh no, that's included too." I was like,
First class, please.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, book me first class." But I was trying to do all that, and then we got
Would that have been covered?
No, I don't think so. She flew first class though, because
Because it was covered.
But
You should have done it up, bro.
I would have tried. I'd have pushed my luck.
It's not a super long flight from California, so it was whatever.
Not really, no.
30 minutes, bro. First class. I don't give a fuck.
No, right. No, that first class is everything. I will say that. Shout out to
I've
first class.
never flown first class in my life.
That
You
leg
never
room is
have?
everything.
Never.
The leg room's everything. It's only leg room and it's everything.
You from first class? God damn. I'm the
No,
only person on this
no, but
podcast?
I've spoken to people that have, and they're like, it's literally only leg room. But I'm telling you, and maybe you get a drink before the people get their drink.
yeah.
But other than that,
I've flown in first class a few times. Nowhere super far, but it was nice. It was nice.
for sure, it's worth it. Probably.
I mean, yeah, if I had the money, fuck it, I'll just do it. Why not? But I'm trying to save. I've flown Spirit. That says it all, bro. I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to save money.
I'm trying
bro.
to get where I'm getting, how I can get there.
So when people are like, "Yo, how do you go this place?" I'm flying as cheap as I possibly can. I don't give a fuck, bro. I will fucking sleep on a fucking carpet.
Ain't nothing wrong with those people over at Spirit. It's, I mean,
Bro,
you gotta deal with a little bit of bullshit.
yeah,
but-
bro. Little secret: every time I go to New York, I sleep at Steve's and I sleep on a fucking blow-up mattress. So when people think I'm going to New York, I'm staying at the Four Seasons. Nope, I'm staying on a fucking blow-up mattress.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, my boy. I don't know if you know Steve Montoya.
I do.
Colombian. Yeah, I know you know him. I go to Steve's, bro. I sleep on a fucking blow-up mattress. I don't give a fuck.
Shout out to Montoya.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I was gonna have a blow up mattress for you if you stayed here, but you didn't, so it was all good.
Oh yeah. Plans
all
got
good.
switched last second. I appreciated that, but it got switched last second. But it ended up being a good trip though. Overall, though, it was a great trip.
It's fun. Good time. But it was just to wrap up the Hawaii thing, and we got $850 to spend each while we were there.
What?
Yeah, like
Anywhere? Like you could have been there at a
Damn.
strip club?
no, there's no strip club at the Four Seasons. It was just within the Four Seasons.
Oh, credit. All right.
What'd you spend what'd you spend it on?
Well, you know, we really didn't even spend it because what
Food.
happened was, so she.
I would have spent it somehow.
My friend is really in with like some of like the senior leaders, and so they kept inviting us to places, and they would pay for it. So I was like, I don't care. So it was mostly food and drinks that we spent it on. Yeah.
I don't know about a bottle, bro. I was fucking pouring it up. Why not?
Oh no, we trust and believe that I had plenty to drink. I was like projectile vomiting one of the days, honestly. Like that was so bad. But I was again, it was a professional thing, so I was trying to like keep it like somewhat contained. But yeah, it was funny.
Did
It
you
was a
go?
good time.
Did you go dressed up in the nice like 3-piece suits, or how? What was your looking
No, no,
like?
no.
Was
It was like a
That
Hawaiian
Warriors
vibe.
jersey.
Nah, I actually just bought. I bought this
Good.
Warriors
I'll take it.
jersey the day they closed out the Celtics.
Oh,
Sorry,
whoa,
Celtics.
whoa, whoa, whoa! We don't bring that shit up in this podcast.
And we just did. We
No, no.
closed it out.
Edit it out. Edit it out. Fuck this. You're not Draymond with your own
Thanks for
podcast
bringing it
now.
up.
With your
It'll
own
be
podcast
gone in
platform.
post.
Draymond Arroyo over here.
But yeah, no. So it's just that kind of thing where like I had like moving out here was like the opportunity to start like a whole new social circle of people. I didn't like I didn't know anybody, you know. So it was
Yeah,
like
how-
everybody. I was like,
How was that aspect, like starting brand new in the new city?
it was honestly it wasn't scary because I'm a very people person. So it was like whatever. I was making connections with everyone. But I will say, the one thing I didn't want to make a connection with is I never wanted to be friends with people that I work with. I was like, I told them I was like, I don't want to be friends with you guys because I was like, it gets messy. Like then like we can't take each other seriously or whatever, and it's like, and then like you see me socially or getting drunk, and you think that like it's gonna be cool for us to like interact in a certain way at work.
Have you stuck true to that, or have you kind of bent the rules?
I changed up completely on that because you spend so much time with people that you work with. I want to be friendly with them, but I will say I have had to check a few of them for sure. I've been like,
if it's for sure, because like I've talked about it like with people like my friends, my cousins, family members, whatever. It's like I think a big aspect of like when you like, hey, how did you meet Joe Schmo? Oh well, we worked together and then we linked up and then now we're married. And for me, it's kind of a little bit different. I personally can't do that because like I'm like, long story short, I'm the owner of like what I do, so it's like that. It's like literally complicated for me. But it's like I wish I had that aspect of like where like it'd be cool with like that's like going to school. Like it's easy to meet people you're working with because like constant new employees, you're always meeting new people. So for me, that's kind of out the window. But like that's kind of a big aspect where like I wish I could go out and be like, hey, like I'm going out with Stacy tonight. Or how'd you know her? Or we work together. Like it's like that's definitely a cool aspect of it. For sure.
Yeah, no, and so it's been good. I mean, but I would say that that's like the least amount. So like originally my contact was through school, then I met friends of friends of friends, and I became friends with them. But like I will say this area is so wild. It's like so different, right? Like comparing my experience being from the East Coast and from Rhode Island, like to being here, like you'll have people just casually be like, "Oh yeah, I work at Facebook or I work at Apple." And I'm like,
Bro, I was talking about that shit, actually with Steve. And he was like, bro, like you need to come out like to like New York or Boston because like you flourish more around these like people. Like you're constantly, hey, what do you do? Oh, I work for fucking Spotify, or I work for Google, I work for Apple. Yep. And like you're constantly around these people like they're doing things like in their life. I'm like, I went with my boy to DR the other day. Well, last week we went to DR and he's like, bro, like he's in Seaport. In Boston, he's like, all these people, they're all making like 150 minimum. He's like, minimum. Like everyone you talk to, they're doing their CEOs, they're fucking directors for the department. Like they're working for fucking 787s. Like they're working for all these different type of companies. Like, and you're not dealing with that type of interaction every day in Rhode Island.
Right. Literally,
not,
it's like my homie literally works. He works on the team that creates the iPhone. He used to, before the pandemic, he used to get flown to Shanghai, first class, and stay at the Four Seasons while he was there.
And the crazy part is, they're probably like you said earlier when you asked those questions, like when the people are doing that, they're probably like, because I think I fall for that. Like I have that flaw in me as well, where I'm like, damn, what more can I do? I'm always trying to do more, and they're not thinking in the moment. We're like, yo, I'm doing pretty good for my age. So that motherfucker, he's probably like, what more can I do? But motherfucker, you work for the fucking, you're making an iPhone, getting flown to Shanghai, and I don't fault him. He probably thinks the same way. Like, what more can I do?
Yeah, no, we definitely had those conversations, but that's the thing. So that's like, so you like. I kind of almost feel like the first few years of my life here was like me going to college here. Like that's kind of what it felt like. You know, when you're like kind of like carefree and easygoing and doing like everything. So I have actually never lived in San Francisco before. I've always lived in Oakland. That's where I live now.
Whoa! Say SF, bro.
Well, you can say the
He
full
called
name
it San
too.
Francisco. You can either do the
Yeah.
full name or the city, and that's it.
That's it. There you go. Boom,
That's it.
So I had never wanted to live there because I'm like I work in Oakland and like I never wanted a long commute and like the trains over here are kind of ratchet and stuff like that. So I'm like I don't want to mess with any of this. So but all of my friends lived in SF, so I've experienced every single thing that you can experience in San Francisco, top to bottom, probably like 6 times, right? So that's when you came to visit. Like I've been to all of these places.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
can
was
show you around.
ultimate
like,
guide.
This and that, like there you go, you know. But it's very much like I would say things are now. I'm like, well, property here is really expensive. So like I'm looking to buy property at some point, but I'm still kind of trying to get my
expensive
footing and
everywhere right now.
figuring like things out. But I would say now like the people that I'm like that I meet and like my day-to-day life is like I was always having like serious ass conversations, like all the time. Like you could be anywhere, you're having a full blown conversation about life.
You're getting in deep with everybody.
You're getting deep, like deep. But I will say then my friend group has really changed a lot because all of the people who I met originally have since moved. And so I basically had to restart my social
Out of state?
circle. Yeah, I mean, like my friend that I was just talking about lives in the Netherlands now. So like,
Oh wow, that's right.
yeah.
So
and then a lot of them-
how are you navigating that? Like, even like being in Rhode Island sometimes, like, damn, like, if Bo doesn't want to go out tonight, what the fuck am I gonna do? Am I just going out by myself? Like, are you just going out by yourself, or what are you doing?
Is it easy to meet new people out there?
I'm just meeting people left, right, and center. Like
So,
I
yeah.
can't even tell you. I think I didn't realize that with the pandemic that I was missing human interaction. But when I be going to bars,
Big time.
literally, I make like friends. I make like
Big
5
time.
friends there. Like, and it's like, bam, like connect, add each other on Instagram, hit me up, let's go out, whatever.
So if no one's down to go out, you're going out dolo.
I'm not going up on myself.
And it won't matter 'cause
I'm gonna find somebody.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
gonna
end
find
up you'll
somebody.
end up home, not dolo. You'll end up
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of my friends also moved to like New York and stuff like that, and that kind of changes the dynamics of friendship. It's like you have to, put a real effort into like connecting with them. But I'm actually really good at that, so I never struggled with that. But I did. Since then, I've made a lot of friends that are local. So like I know they're not moving anywhere; they're from here, and so it's just been nice to like. That not only has that been nice to have like people that are local and know different things and can get involved with the local culture of the Bay Area, but also like a lot of them are Latin, so it kind of gives me like a sense of family. Like whenever they invite me around their family to like barbecues and different things like that. Like I was at my homegirl's brother's birthday last weekend, and it was like at her house. It was like her whole family was there. She introduced me to cousins, uncles, whatever it was, the whole nine. And it just that feels good. I really like that.
That's fire.
And then-
That's
That is
cool.
dope.
And then like the other aspect here that's really interesting is like the nature aspect. I never considered myself to be super outdoorsy, but here like you got like a mountain anywhere, so people are very outdoorsy. You go like hiking. I love a good hike.
You took us a couple of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, so
Man.
it's just like, and then, but overall though, I will say my biggest focus, and it still is my career. Like, because I think that eventually I'm going to be in a place where I don't want to work this hard, but right now I'm trying to build all the foundations to be able to get to that next level.
Not have to
but
work
I'm doing
that hard.
it right now. Like and it's like I'm grinding like nobody's business right now, and so. But I enjoy
build
that.
the
Like, I
frame.
enjoy
Yeah.
the grind of it all.
Yeah, and plus you said that Gen Zs don't want to.
You're
work,
you're
so
at the age now where you're at the age now, luckily, where the grind is sort of the enjoyable part because you can see the framework, you can see what it's gonna be as it's gonna be, and maybe you're the only one who can see what it's gonna be eventually. But as long as you can see it, that's the important part. And I'm sort of in that same place myself. That's it's kind of a fun place to be totally honest.
It's good. But the other thing is we kind of touched on traveling a little bit, and that's growing up. Like my parents, they were never really into like traveling. We went to Colombia a few times, but since I've moved out here and since I've started working and making money, I've been able to really get into the travel groove, and I love it. Oh God!
Top 3 spots you've been to. Top 3 spots.
Top 3 spot number 1, Greece.
Hurts fire. I was trying to go in June, bro.
Santorini.
Yeah, I was trying to
Oh
go.
my God, amazing. Number 2, Paris. Number 3,
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Paris behind Greece?
Paris behind Greece. 'Cause
Fact.
Greece was just like
Okay,
you-
cool. I've
you
I've,
have to
I've thought it
experience
might be
The
like that
people-
myself. It's good to hear confirmation.
Yeah, the people, the food. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell is in those tomatoes over there, but that Greek salad hits different. It hits different. It hits
Good
different.
to hear.
You
But
know,
good to
like,
hear.
but then Hong Kong. Oh my god, like
That seems
I've
like the
never-
city of the future, Hong Kong. It seems
was
like it's in
wild.
already
It was
like the year
it was
3000.
it's like in the middle. It's kind of like in a jungly area, but it's like such a utopian place. I loved it. Oh, Hong
Yeah.
Kong was everything. But I've also been to a lot of different places. So I've been to Dubai. I've been to Australia. I've been to a lot of places in Europe. So I've been to Turkey, Croatia, Spain, Italy.
told you guys, the traveler here.
Yeah,
I've
even
been to
more so
Bali.
than you. He's
Yeah.
been all over Europe. And
Bali
That's
was cool
cool.
too.
how was Dubai? I'm curious.
Actually, Dubai was the first adult trip that I took. So I went with my best friend Tori. The two of us went together. We have birthdays that are close to each other, so we went for our birthdays. And it was interesting because it was like I wasn't really that familiar with traveling and the different things you do. So we kind of put together a simple itinerary, but like it was great. I mean, I was
What's
some things different.
what's the culture like there? If
There is
you,
no culture there.
I was gonna say because like you did, how much time did you spend there, and like what was like the vibe versus what you're used to on an everyday
It was-
basis?
It was a week. I spent a week there, and what I mean by when I say there's no culture, there's like barely any local people there. Like it's all people
Okay,
from
all right,
over the
yeah,
place. So, like,
it's a big
there's
talk.
no-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
that
it's
actually makes
obviously-
sense.
Right. So it's an Arabic country. So
Mm-hmm.
they're very strict about like PDA and like all of that type of thing, drinking. So that to me was funny or interesting because we went to Abu Dhabi.
Mhm.
And we wanted to go to the Sheikh Zayed Mosque, which is like a really beautiful mosque there. And
Uh-huh.
we took a bus there. We were hungry, and the bus stop or the bus station was right next to a mall. So we go to this mall, and we end up at a freaking Olive Garden. An embarrassment for that, but
You could have gone
I
there
ordered-
anywhere in America.
I know, but it was just quick. I was like, it was quick.
You gotta
so,
fill your belly.
Bro, I was in DR in May, and it was during the Celtics Heat Game 6, and
Good game.
I'm in it was not a good
my
game.
headphones died, so I have to switch to.
Do you
It's
think?
cool, it's
Do you
cool,
think?
it's cool, it's cool. Can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you guys.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
I was in DR at my cousin's bachelor party. Game 6, we lost to the fucking Heat fuckers. We ended up winning, whatever. And we had to go to TGI Fridays to watch the game. So it was like, you guys were in no, San Domingo. It's like, you went to San Domingo and you guys went to TGI Fridays? Bro, it was our only option. I mean, what the fuck are we going to do?
The game's
I
playing.
don't want to be there neither.
The funny
It's-
thing about this damn Olive Garden, I order a margarita, and I'm sitting there with Tori, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't really taste like. And I said to the lady, I was like, what kind of alcohol is in this? And she goes, there's no alcohol in this. You're not allowed to drink at the mall. I was like, oh.
Oh, then get me out of here. Send me somewhere I can
Fucking
drink.
Olive Garden. Fucking. I know. Fucking. This guy was like, "Yo, where's the liquor at?"
But my friends, since like kind of both of our friends, like. So,
You kind of like breaking
You're
up.
cutting, yeah, you're cutting
You
out.
cut
a
in
bit.
and out.
oh, I'm cutting out.
Yeah, you cut
Yeah.
in and out.
Oh, well,
Oh, I don't know what's going on here.
Do we end it here? We're at an hour.
oh.
I don't know what's going on. We can't hear
Yeah,
you.
it's tough to hear him right now.
Yeah.
You're in and out like crazy. We can't even like finish a full sentence here. He can hear us fine, I can tell.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
We're back.
There we go. All right.
Okay, I didn't know that these headphones had a microphone on it, so maybe I'll just
There
use
you
these
go.
ones.
All right. It's a full headset.
Yeah, it's a full headset now.
We're matching. Yeah.
We're matching. So, she goes, we need to find somewhere ratchet. We're looking on IG. We're like, and she goes, she was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like some hip hop Arabic moment thing. Yo, when I tell you, we roll up to this joint, it was ratchet as fuck. It was lit. I was like, it was lit.
It's fun as fun. Fun is
The
fun.
nightlife
Wherever
there-
you
the
go.
nightlife there was everything. I would say that. That
Was you
nightlife
like a
fun.
ratchet hip hop and it came up?
No, I forget what we looked up, but we went, and I remember this was funny though. This is another example. So they were like, we were like, is there a cover or whatever? And we walked into this thing, and it's like, nah, we basically just want you to look good. So you can look good. You're in. I was like, oh, okay. It was like, yeah, and it was wild. They were like, we just need somebody to look good.
Places like that.
Yeah.
It's more about aesthetic than anything else.
But that
speaking of aesthetic, I was showing Bo your Instagram beforehand. Are you making sure all your pictures are aesthetic? Because like you have pictures that's like, it seems like you're matching.
There seems to be a theme on your IG, my friend. You seem to keep with a very, maybe not the most strict, but you seem to like to keep a theme. You seem to like to have your outfits fit your background. You seem to like to have like it flow from one section to another in a very distinct manner. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It just seems a little planned out, and I just want to make sure is it as planned out as it seems?
Before you answer this question back of your mind. Mexico City, Mexico. I'm not sure.
You're looking at the same picture I'm thinking of too.
Not pictured. The Pepto-Bismol holding my intestines together right now.
I will have an answer for that, but
you definitely
skip right over it.
How'd you know this was gonna be there?
Dude, the shirt matches the shirt matches the background.
I will say my birthday's coming up. Like I've mentioned, I am a Virgo. Virgos are all about preparation.
I love it.
I always come ready.
Not mad. My guy Joe Budden is a Virgo as well. There's definitely like it's evident there's preparation involved.
There's preparation involved for sure.
Not mad at it. Not a bit.
But the Pepto-Bismol, that fucking water in Mexico got me. I literally was like, yo, that water has.
I love it. I love this guy,
bro.
Fucked me up.
I was in DR, bro. My stomach was turned, bro. I was fucked up.
You gotta be careful.
I was in the bathroom all fucking week.
You gotta be careful.
I wake up and I was like, I went to the fucking pharmacy. I was like, let me get some Pepto-Bismol. And the next day I had to go back because I was like, the Pepto ain't cutting it. I need more. Give me some pills.
Give me your strongest something. Give me something.
I was pissed because Mexico City is supposed to be like one of the best cities in the world for restaurants and stuff like that.
You still can't screw around. You still can't screw around. No, you're not. What you're used to is not what they're used to. It's different.
But I thought my Colombian worms were gonna.
Not quite, my friend.
Not quite. Colombia be fucking me up too. So honestly,
facts.
Somebody's be fucking me up, bro.
Colombia be fucking me up.
Bro, I was in Cancun. My shit was churn again, bro. Yo, I don't know what the fuck it was, bro. Cancun, DR, my shit was all fucked up.
Yeah, because I went to Mexico twice this year. I was good in Tulum, but Mexico City,
churn,
different. Well, it's a city.
Bro,
You've got a lot more biology in there. There's a lot more people, and so that adds into the mix. It's different.
DR, bro,
it gets different.
I brought 6 fucking packs of wipes, bro. That shit was barely enough.
And you were gone by the time you left.
I had like one left.
You had to ration by the end. Hey, I gotta get out of here soon.
Bad. Well, really, hour 5 in. We need that one last podcast. Or what? This is your first podcast. What you said it was a funny podcast story going in.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a quick story to wrap up. This is my first podcast, but I have been invited to another one. So I go to one of my friends from college, her wedding. And her husband, her now husband's brother, was like, so this was in New Hampshire. She is white. They're both white. To preface this, the brother comes to this fucking wedding with like, it was an American flag that was like huge. He brings it to the dance floor, starts waving it around. I was like, oh, it's giving Trump. It's giving Trump. I was like, it's giving Trump.
Yeah.
The wedding was on a Sunday night in New Hampshire, so they had to stop playing music by 10. And so then after the wedding ended, we go over to they had like rented out this whole small town inn situation, and they had like a game room next door. So one guy, I'm talking to this guy going into this like game room thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you have a lot of opinions." I was like, "Yeah, well, I need to know about this. I need to know about this damn flag." So I start asking the brother. We were on the side of the corner talking, and I was like, "So what's going on with this flag? Is it Trump?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm just like actually super super proud of being an American. I'm actually a Democrat. I just love this country." And I was like, interesting. And I was like, so let's get into illegal immigration and all of that. Like, let's talk about these topics. And let's talk about becoming
let's get heavy real quick.
Oh, it got real heavy. And So I was like, half of Americans can't even pass a U.S. citizenship test. He goes, pull it up. I was like, oh, you want me to pull it up? Bam, we take a practice test.
Bookmarks there.
But he actually did really well on it. But it turns out he has a podcast called Let Freedom Ring, where he talks about like how important or how much he loves being an American. And he's like, I would love to have you on to give your opinions about being an American. We never ended up linking up about it, but that's the podcast I was invited to first.
Oh, interesting. Well,
yeah,
would you do it? Would you still do it?
I would do it. I have a lot to say about America.
That's part 3.
There's a lot that needs to be said.
my
There's a
God.
lot that needs
That's
to be
part
said.
3
People
coming up.
aren't ready to say it sometimes. And so
come up, yeah.
I'm more than welcoming. I love to hear people shit on the country a little bit because
Joe,
there's a little bit overdue as far as there's a lot of people very proud of things that you necessarily shouldn't be so proud of, and so I like to hear opinions from a lot of other people from a lot of different backgrounds.
I don't have opinions on that, but I will be a host on that. You and Joe can go into this. I feel like Joe he seems ready for it. He seems ready. Oh, we'll begin
for sure.
We have a part 3 of this coming up, 100%.
But this has been fun. Thank you for inviting me on it. I love a good opportunity to banter.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And,
it was great to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, he's coming in August, so we can link up. We can do this in person.
Good.
We can do a part 3 in person.
Love to see you in person.
I would be down for that.
Oh, let's do it up. When are you coming again? August 11th?
August 11th through the 16th.
Oh, that's
East Coast return.
Mark that down on the calendar for sure.
And when's your birthday again?
My birthday's August 24th.
August 20. Oh, we're gonna get wait. So August 11th through when?
16th.
Oh,
falls right within the birthday.
Yeah, we'll get turned up beforehand.
Oh, it falls perfectly.
It's the pre-birthday. Yeah. It's the East Coast edition.
Let's do it up. We can do a online, or we can do it in person again, or both, bro. You're a good guest. We can do it again. Let's link up.
I would love. I'll bring my Warriors jersey.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
You don't need to.
Do it.
You don't need to do that. You don't need that.
Don't do that, motherfuckers.
Any plugs you got though?
Any plugs?
Anything you want to shout out?
Any last words? Any best friends? Anything you want to say?
Shout out to both of you guys. You guys are killing it. And Effie, shout out to the podcast. And shout out to St. Ray's class of 2009. That's the plug.
No.
2010.
Coming up 2010. No. They suck. 2010 is the grade, baby. Let's get it. 2009 sucks. 2010, let's get it. Thank you for the shout out of the podcast. I'm glad you came on. We gotta do it again in person.
Look forward to meeting you, Joe.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy, man.
It was a great time. I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you being a good host when we were there, baby. Let's get it.
There we go.
Hey, baby, let's get it.